We're live.
Okay. Yay.
I don't know. There it is. Are you ready?
Sure.
Oh God, dog.
And so's Blue.
Apparently. I just wanted to do a quick thing.
Hi.
There you go. I was waiting for you to be ready.
So ready.
You're ready. Okay. We have one person in the house.
Hi, one person.
So it's really cloudy and rainy and icky out, so we don't have a lot of time. We have to go plug our stuff back in and get off of battery power soon. But just saying hi.
Hi.
Hi,
I dyed
everyone.
my hair. See? It's all red now.
So apparently for the last 3 days, there's been protests and riots in Iraq. And today it came out that all of the social
Go ahead.
all the social media activity is coming out of Saudi Arabia. And who has troops in Saudi Arabia? You guessed it, America.
I thought it was interesting the stuff going on in Hong Kong.
Oh yeah. Somebody Vesty News is saying Hong Kong continues to riot for the rights to be invaded by America. Yeah. Hey, Tets.
Hi, Toots.
So, in case I don't know, I haven't talked about Iraq much, I guess. So, change of pace for a minute. You're going back there.
I'm just stepping back there for a moment.
For months now, actually, if you follow, international news, I don't know. Here in America, you get the propaganda where they tell you that Iraq is a good ally of America and stuff like that. We're so allies. Well, for all summer, at least for the past 6 months, every time. Oh, thanks. Every time the Iraq Parliament votes about U.S. presence in Iraq, their vote is almost unanimous for they want America to get the hell out of Iraq. We're not allies with Iraq. They want America out of there.
And can you blame them?
And the U.S. at first they tried to get Iraq government to stop funding their I forget the name of it. It's like their Iraq Popular Forces. It's the Iraq militia. It's kind of like apart but separate from their military. It's their militia. It's the ones that fought ISIS out of Iraq. America didn't get ISIS out of Iraq. It was Iran and the Iraq People's Militia that got ISIS out of Iraq. So anyways, that was bad news for America. So because of that, they tried to get them to defund that militia, and the government said no, and they said, America, get out. And they kept voting on it for America to get out. And they never left, obviously.
Okay, here I go.
Okay, there you go.
Raising the vibes.
Oh, you asked about Canada. So I don't know what Canada's doing in Iraq, but I do know that Canada is selling a shitload of vehicles to Saudi Arabia, and apparently Canadians aren't none too happy with that, but rightfully so, of course. But the Western powers are starting. Well, no, the powers aren't starting to figure it out. Apparently, maybe they are figuring it out. That just because you have the most expensive machines on the planet doesn't mean that you're actually going to win a war with them. But yeah, I haven't looked at I don't really know what Canada does, or like how their people have their government there. It's kind of messy, but at least the people in Canada aren't all lockstep swallowing the propaganda like Americans do.
That stuff is yummy.
Oh yeah, because apparently Canadians are none too happy with what the government's doing, so that's good.
That was the Black Cobra.
Oh yeah. Hey, Melissa's here. Hi, Melissa.
Hi.
So, because the U.S. wasn't able to corrupt the Iraq government, they started a fake protest thing online, social media movement, ran out of the CIA troll farm in Saudi Arabia. To start this. And what I read a paper on it months and months ago about how they were going to do this. So now that it's happening, because I was already forewarned about it happening, I'm not falling for the bullshit. But and what's happening today in Iraq is exactly what the CIA said they were going to do in Iraq months and months and months ago. They said they were going to cause a popular uprising to take down the Iraq government that's actually pro-Iraq. Hey, they like the new hair.
Thank you.
It looks good.
It's intense light auburn.
And yeah, so intense. Yeah.
It's intense.
So apparently they are succeeding. I don't know. It's going to be all out civil war in Iraq again. And that's really not good for Iraq. But I think it's going to backfire on the old CIA because it's going to allow the Iranians to come on in. And that puts them that much closer. Because they're trying to do Iraq exactly what they did to Syria. Is the stupid fucking color revolution bullshit. It's all fake, man. It's all fake.
So when we go back to the campsite a little bit later, we have rum. Woo-hoo!
Yeah, we have rub. Oh, and if you want to see how fake the fucking shit is you're being fed online, just remember America is actually openly fascist now. The government controls U.S. social media, and social media is just an arm of the government nowadays. They decide who you get to talk to, who gets to speak, whose accounts get shut down. And all they have to do is say, oh, that's a Russian troll, and they delete it. And we're talking about people like myself. My accounts have gotten deleted on the accusations of being a Russian troll. I'm a fucking Iraq U.S. combat veteran. Never been to Russia.
Even more of a reason to silence you.
Yeah, but that's what they're really silencing is the actual people that know what's going on, so they can keep your head full of the fairy tales, the America's great and blah, 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 whatever. Yeah, we're free, all right. You're free to listen to whatever it is the government wants you to listen to.
Yeah. And say what they want you to say.
And if you say something that the government don't like, you get shut out of social media. But just go on Twitter and search. Don't do that hashtag shit. Just search Iraq or whatever country that the current fucking fuckery is happening in, and put it in chronological
so you search
order.
Country where fuckery is happening.
Yeah. And click on, if you're on the Twitter, for example, click on latest, and it puts everything in chronological order. And you tell me if you think it's legitimate people where it's the exact same formatting, the exact same posts, and they're just spamming it out to everybody who's against them online, trying to control the media like what people see. But you can tell it's fake because it's always the same formatting. You see the same tweet over and over and over again from so-called different people, and it's just fucking CIA trolls. Yeah. I hate all of it.
TV's pretty awful.
Hell, in America, all TV is the all Trump fucking show.
It seems like
it's been that way since before he was elected.
So, okay, it's funny. Here in the local news, they're making a big deal about there's this shooter at some old folks apartment complex in Vancouver, Washington. And, be afraid, there's a shooter on the loose. People get shot
every day.
All the time.
There's several dozen shootouts in America every single day. every
Ooh,
single
this
day.
one happened in Vancouver, so you know.
Actually, I think there's several dozen shootouts just in Detroit every day, much less the entire nation. So all this shit happening, Rick, is the CIA's plot to overthrow their government, and we just got to wait and see how it goes. Well, yeah, I don't watch TV. It's hard enough trying to figure out what's going on with our stupid, censored, propagandized fucking internet that we got.
Does Rick and Morty count as TV?
No, not really. So that's what we got. But it's hard to not be depressed. We're getting really depressed because...
Well, because winter's coming.
Well, that too, but...
Everything's just fucking hard.
But if you're a good person... I'm a person of action. I've proven that with my military service. Like, if you want to do good in the world, you can't in America. There is no possible way to do good if you are trapped here in America land. Where could I go and what could I do to actually do anything good? If I actually got noticed by anybody, I'd be crushed immediately by the government.
If you want to, like, you know, do anything, you need a fucking permit for that.
Yeah.
Or a license or whatever the hell.
So, I mean, swinging back over, you know, the suicide rates are going up in active duty U.S. military big time. And it's why, because these people, they grow up on this whole lies that they're free people and there's freedom and you can join the military and defend freedom. And then you get in and you realize that you're training ISIS and airdropping supplies to ISIS and you're overthrowing democratically elected governments.
It's
and
the
they wonder,
opposite of freedom.
Yeah, and you wonder why the soldiers are committing suicide, because they know for a fact that there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere for them to go to actually be a good person in America. You cannot be a good person in America unless you want to be homeless like we are. It's that simple. So most people, they submit to the slavery or they blow their brains out. That's what's happening in America.
Yeah.
All of your veterans, all your active duty peoples, anybody with any bit of integrity, they're blowing their brains out because they don't have anywhere to go. And they can't handle the fact that they did evil in the world. One NASCAR race.
Well, the NASCAR races are hard enough to get through anyway.
Yeah, I know. Unless you have a hangover.
Or you're drunk.
It's like golf for rednecks. Like, but I mean, if there's a place, if there's a company or some kind of a thing in America that's actually doing actual good and it's not some CIA scam to control the masses, like, you know, Black Lives Matter and shit, let me know.
Oh, hey, Mark.
I mean, what company can you work? Hey, it makes me think twice about Costco since Trump is sanctioning them. Yeah.
Well, we don't want to have to pay their membership fees, though.
Maybe I can get a job there doing the cart runs. You know, they have that. Lot attendants that just do cart runs and stuff.
I'm still not sure you want to work for Costco.
But there's no good options, and you wonder why everybody who cares is blowing their brains out. That's why, because people are waking up and realizing they actually live in the land of evil, and
we see so many people at the campgrounds.
Yeah,
that are,
they're sleeping in their
their cars, or if they could actually afford it in an RV or a trailer. But there's actually this old guy that's there that's just living out of his I don't know, Ford Fiesta or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know what it is.
It's like a Honda Element type of thing or something small like that.
But it's a Ford.
Yeah. Oh.
But he's like built these tarp lean-to things coming off of it so that he's got some covered area to stand in because it's Washington.
Yeah, And he's a veteran too. You can tell.
Well, you kind of have to assume that because
Oh,
that way he's allowed to stay for free.
right. And there's like homeless women living in the campgrounds too in their cars. It's and you can tell that's where they're living because you can tell when a car is being used to live in.
Yeah.
You know, Ford Escape. I don't know. And then we have empty houses all over the place. Like, look at that water treatment plant that was closed down.
Yeah, it's a big building.
It could house a
Cement
bunch of
building,
people.
yeah.
I mean,
And who knows? Maybe the homeless people are living in there. Probably not.
probably not because the cops will
They
keep.
probably got cameras in there or some shit.
No, they probably. I don't know. But we have empty buildings that there is no excuse for having homeless people in America with the amount of empty buildings we got around.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's disgusting. I mean, think about how much the rent costs just to get a place. It's and then they won't let anybody work here.
Yeah.
I mean, the homeless problem, there is no homeless problem in America. We have a problem with evil in America. You can't get a job without a driver's license for the most part. And so they make it to where once they put so much debt on people on purpose to where they'll never escape it, and then you can never get a job because you can't get a license, and I think they look for every reason to not hire people in America.
Well, sure,
because they want the people that they do have hired to be afraid of losing their job.
Sure.
And if there's hordes,
and be very thankful that they got the job.
Because if there's hordes of homeless people, then they use that. We are the people that are used to scare all the slaves to stay in their job and shut up and fall in
You don't
line.
want to be like those people, do you?
You don't want to end up like that. They got a point. You don't want to.
Freaks and drug addicts or something.
Yeah. All the Chads have. We don't have one of those for male Indian people. I don't know. That's Indians don't like them. India is home of the rape trains. I don't know. That's odd. It's pretty odd actually. But oh yeah, and here's another lesser known thing going on in the whole Iraq riots. As soon as the Iraq riots happen, oh, this guy's back.
Oh, hi.
That guy's off his meds again.
Well, that's cool.
I don't even know what to say to that. I hope you're finding good prices on gasoline.
I'm easing back on my meds too. Well, some of my meds. The other meds I'm increasing.
I have one more smoke, then I'll shut this down.
Okay.
So we can go get ready to go.
Then I'm gonna do one more pipe sprays and
oh gosh.
Because I can.
Okay.
Woohoo.
So as per as per the CIA's plan to overthrow the Iraq government, the one that was democratically elected by the people of Iraq, like majority vote and all that good shit, and they wanted a strong Iraq without U.S. interference and shit, well, that's the one that's getting overthrown by the rioters. But anyways, as soon as the riots spread to all the cities, ISIS conveniently came by and is trying to cut the supply routes of the government, the highways. Well, good for you, dude, because government meds or legal government meds in America are just going to mess you up. So good on you. They're not good for you. All the drugs, all the drugs that actually work are illegal in America. The ones that work and aren't going to mess you up, they're all illegal. And all the meds that'll fuck you up are pushed by your actual government.
Well, beep beep.
That's loud, huh? Is that loud? Can you hear me over the brazing of the pipes? Pipe brazing live.
They're done.
We should do that for a title next time. Live pipe brazings. But so while they're doing this fucking AstroTurf color revolution in Iraq, the so-called ISIS has conveniently come in and started shutting down roads and destroying roads in Iraq, which is trying to hamstring the government from being able. They're trying to prevent the government from actually being able to restore order. And just so you know, all the social media shit posting about Iraq is all straight out of Saudi Arabia. They already did the map of it. It's on Twitter. They're trying to suppress it, but it's there. Like 80% of the posts are from Saudi Arabia. Only 6% of the fucking Iraq protest posts are from actual Iraqis in Iraq. So basically, you got a civil war brewing that's only supported by 6% of the fucking population.
Is that really a civil war?
Well, it is if they have all the guns from America behind them.
Well, won't they need people to fire the guns?
Well, yeah, 6% is a lot of people.
I suppose.
You know, when you figure, I think Iraq had like 15 million people in it or something.
Well, I don't think there's still that many people, are
No,
there?
I mean, that's how many there are after America purged the hell out of the place.
Mm.
Remember,
Yeah, America's purging all over the fucking place.
pretty much. It's really sickening. So there's also a rumor that Iran already sent a brigade of their IRGC into Iraq to help out. So I don't know. It's pretty much chaos in Iraq right now. The place is like on fire. It's total chaos. Hey, cool. Thanks, vibes.
Hi.
We're still here. Alive.
Yeah, sort of.
Sort of.
Sort of still here.
It's going to be a hard ass fucking winter.
It's going to be a really hard winter. I really want to try to figure out how we can scrape up the money to buy the house next door to my grandma here.
I think armed robbery.
Well, you know,
I have an
that's
idea.
option.
Why don't you have sex with married guys and blackmail them?
It's been done.
Oh, God damn it.
I'm not going to be a cliche.
Oh, God. Dogs. So, I don't know. Did you have anything else?
I don't know. Do I have anything else?
I don't know.
Oh, so I'm wearing this new jacket. Check it out. There's
The new
that.
jacket.
It used to be his dad's jacket. It's a bomber jacket. It's pretty
It's
cool.
a heavy duty one.
It's super heavy. This thing weighs like what, 8 or 10 pounds.
Yeah, probably.
But once it's on, it's like, you know, doesn't feel as heavy.
But
It's pretty warm. It's leather, but you know what?
it's already dead.
Whatever. It's already fucking dead.
So there's that. There you go. Something besides the war news. So,
Yay. So yeah, bomber jacket, dyed my hair. Woohoo!
so apparently American Zionists actually believe that,
Who's looking for us?
oh gosh. he's there.
I sense her somewhere.
So American Zionists actually believe that Israel is flying the F-35 over Tehran. like secretly.
Yeah, because it's so easy to secretly fly things around Iran.
It's because it's really, Iran has, they're a modern nation. Actually, Iran is more modern than Israel because Iran actually makes their own, they have their own defense industry, unlike Israel. Iran's one of only 4 nations that is capable of mass producing long range anti air defense missile systems. What?
Yeah, it's in Arkansas. That's the problem.
$500. That's cheap.
Arkansas.
I know, the land of the Clintons.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't go to Arkansas.
It's too wet there. It's too wet here, but it's way too wet there. Where's Big Bucks? Oh.
It might be. I don't know. It's. I think it's made by Wilson's. So woohoo! And it's got like the zip out liner and stuff. It's pretty high quality.
I don't remember what I was even saying, but it don't matter.
I don't remember what you were saying either, but I don't remember a lot of things.
No, tomorrow. Oh, we got to write down the damn address so we can go to the place tomorrow. I have to go to housing.
What?
The housing address. Housing department.
Is that the place we were at before?
No, it's a different place.
Okay.
I have to go there to apply for a VASH voucher, which is like VA subsidized housing. And hopefully I can get that back so we can get a place to live. It's not.
What is it called?
It's inside. I already got it on the internet. Oh, I turned the computer off. We'll just look it up on your computer.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still in the Northwest. We're gonna be up here all winter. All winter. We're staying nearby because I got my kiddo in school here. And she has her grandma.
And I'm really hoping somehow we can figure out how to scrape up the money to buy the place next door, which is going to be like, I don't know, 8,000-ish or something. Because it's next door to my grandma, who's 89 and kind of needs help.
Yeah.
And my uncle is, also not young.
He's going to need increasing
He's going to need help. He's kind of dementia. Taking a lot of drugs all your life is
currently we're not doing too much.
Give you dementia.
We cook meals and we clean the kitchen up, and we vacuum, and when the weather's not pissing out like every single day, I do yard work and stuff.
Well, according to my grandma, it's supposed to get a little bit warmer.
Well, it's been warmer.
Like not freezing.
We didn't even use our propane last night.
Well, that's true. It was a little bit better.
Yeah, we got propane. Did I see our propane heater?
I don't know.
It's on the door right there.
Right there.
Yeah, right there. And when it gets cold, we turn that bad Johnny on, and it actually keeps us really warm.
Keeps it pretty toasty.
And usually I have to turn the overhead fan on because it gets too hot, actually. So we're good for the winter when it comes to heat. In fact, tonight or tomorrow, we have to refill our propane tanks, and that'll take us through a large part of the winter, actually, because we have when we have a full load on our propane. Oh yeah, your family's.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe, but that's everybody's pretty much struggling. So
I'm going to try to get my VA benefits back for housing, and I have to go to and I also got to go to DSHS, and they have other housing assistance programs I got to apply for, and wow, yeah, I've lived in Texas before. I don't want to go there. I'd rather be.
My dad lives in Texas, but he lives in Austin, which is like barely Texas. It's the capital, but it's barely Texas.
Pretty much, it's really not Texas, probably so much. So, it's we're working on things. It's a lot of going around and applying for stuff.
I mean, it seems like we're living here for now because that's just what works. But
right
down the road, we'll
figure it out. Well,
go somewhere else down the road.
Yeah. Let's see. And I really, after I get this stuff all figured out for housing, the big. But after we get housing stuff done, I have to start seeing if there's part-time jobs I can get. I haven't looked into that yet. I won't get a good job. I'm just gonna have to get a shitty ass idiot stick job. Yeah. And just like that. Push the stick around.
So you looking at getting into stick work, are you?
It's
it's down in the stick district.
It's down in the stick district. Does anybody know what an idiot stick is anymore? Do you know what that is?
An idiot stick?
Yeah.
I guess not.
People don't remember what the idiot stick is?
Did I ever know what an idiot stick was?
It's old school words. It's an idiot stick is typically rear vacant. Oh, there we go. We should look that up.
Okay.
That would be nice. Yeah.
I might have seen that one. I'm not sure. They might have had stuff in Arizona.
Oh, yeah. But an idiot stick is typically a broom or a shovel, and it's called an idiot stick because any idiot can operate it. Right? So, like that.
See, okay, the whole any idiot can operate it. It's funny when you think about when kids are little and they try to sweep with like a regular broom and then they try to push it.
Oh gosh.
It's funny.
I'm not saying the idiot doesn't need instructional.
Well, everybody when they're kids are,
right.
Idiots till they learn. It's just really cute to see that.
But yeah, it's because I'm gonna have to just find the type of job where I don't have to talk, because I really can't stand like
New Mexico. That would be a cool place to check out too. I like New Mexico.
Like Americans are, and it's like everybody, they think they're the good guy, but they're all the same.
The idiot stick came from the ugly tree.
Came from the ugly tree. I think that's a different one. That's the ugly tree is the tree that you run into while you're skiing.
And the Sunny Bono tree.
Sunny Bono tree.
That's how he died. Good stuff.
Because if I get a job, then I'm going to have to listen to people blabber about how they think they know what's going on in the world. And then I'll try to tell them what's going on in the world, and they'll tell me like I'm a crazy Russian troll communist.
Okay, so maybe you should try to, don't tell them what's actually going on in the world. Just like, laugh to yourself and go about whatever you're doing, knowing that those people are, gonna die in the whatever.
I hope the famine comes, or the zombie plague. Something's got to give. Like, it's just a simple fact that corruption is suicidal. Like, yeah, but you tell that to the people at these workplaces. I never want them to talk about shit, and there they go.
Tell that to Trump.
Yeah. Hey. That totally derailed me.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's no big deal. Yeah. You know, when you're at work, you're supposed to like just make dick jokes and stuff.
Blue is still barking.
Yeah. Well, guys, we'll be back again soon, most likely. We're gonna have to go because it's raining and our dogs are barking, and
probably getting hungry. So maybe we can feed him before we go, or should we feed him when we get there?
Feed him when we get
Well,
there.
I guess so, since we left all the stuff there.
No, all this stuff's here. I always bring their dog food.
Okay, well, what else?
Thanks, Melissa. So we'll be back again, and I'll probably have more breaking news that you're not going to see because it's being censored from you. And I'm kind of, I know how to use the internet to figure out what's really going on. So, you know, if you really care about what's actually happening in the world and not what you're being spoon fed, then, you know, come on back. I'm glad to share the information. Thanks, guys, though.
Okay.
We'll see you later.
Bye.